further delay, let's get down to our commentary booth. It is Wave Punk in the beard.
Thanks, Scott. I am Wave Punk, joined here by Findable Carpet and Findable. Turbo Pulsa is in this game. Don't have a stroke. I don't want to have to fill out the paperwork, okay?
I hope that I just want to see him score a bunch. But I do got to mention real quick, James, I'm with you. Team WG, well Gucci'd. I got to go.
GG all the way, man.
But,
old school is cool school, right?
But they, yeah, they bring up a really good point. You know, Dem Girlz is a very, very aggressive team. I kind of talk a lot. You'll hear me mention a lot of how they play. Keep an eye out for them. They tend to put a player up really far up, someone to pass to. They do a lot of really great passing plays and redirects, and their backboard touches are just insane. A lot of their setups, a lot of their centers are going to be off that right above the goal, and they will maybe 90% of the time put it from there into net, or at least on target for someone to have to block. They rarely miss those. So Ka-Pow has a lot of defense they really need to play.
Yeah, that backboard meta is still coming up strong. Dem Girlz is going to be a pioneer in that. On the flip side, we do have Ka-Pow with Turbo Pulsa and Sniper Kid in a lot. Sniper, are we going to let him do sniping this time? Because we've been telling him not to snipe. Sniper, no sniping, like every day. I feel like we should let the sniper snipe, though. That'd be a good thing, right? Yeah,
he's had a couple. He's good at the midfield shots. He definitely sees the opportunities really well. A lot was making some really good plays. I was a really big fan of a nice passing play they made in a last-second overtime to bring it to I think one of the one more game in the series. And again, Turbo Pulsa, James brought up a good point. He didn't do exactly what I was hoping he would do. He's usually a little more of a presence. So, it could be a bit of nerves, or maybe people tend to play a little more reserved when there's so much on the line. They don't take as many risks. They don't go as wild. But he's definitely someone to watch out for. I think a lot was the playmaker the last time we saw them, and I think he's going to do something pretty similar to this. He likes waiting in the front corners, kind of waiting for that passing play to put it in front of net.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what Ka-Pow brings. They definitely are the team that needs to prove themselves in this series. This is kind of Dem Girlz series to lose, we think, but at the same time, they are in the top 4. They're one of the best teams in EU, one of the strongest regions in Rocket League. So I know that they can really bring this, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go. What's your map prediction for this series?
I think everyone's going to keep it pretty standard. They bring up a good point. EU doesn't really do the oddball wasteland stuff. They're just going to go through probably just their favorites. I mean, it's kind of personal preference. We've seen pretty much every map in no particular order for any particular teams. So I'm not expecting a whole lot.
So get map count. Who's going to win the most games? Where's it going to go? Who's going to take the 4 games?
I got to agree with the predictions on the desk. A lot of times I just like disagreeing with Gibbs because he's Gibbs. But
it's just so much fun.
I think it's going to be a 4-1. Dem Girlz is just so powerful. I mean, things to look out for them to do. Just watch how often they make touches for a purpose. Their passes to each other. Every time they go to clear it, it's to somebody. It's not just to the opponent. It's not just to their half. They have their days where they don't do it as much, but most of the time, you'll see them make a clear, and you're like, oh, why is Remco up there? And he's redirecting it on a target all of a sudden, and then they have to do a quick defensive maneuver all the way back. Whoever's on defense has to rush back, do a backwards touch, and it's never fun.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. We're definitely going to need to see Ka-Pow playing the counterplay, playing the rotation, and transitioning from their defense to offense. If they can get out of their own half and get onto offense against Dem Girlz, I think they probably have a shot. But that offense, that just overwhelming pressure that they can bring, Dem Girlz can bring against Ka-Pow, that's where they're going to crack, and they're going to need to be able to get out of that.
And what Ka-Pow needs to do to counter this pressure is to just pressure pressure everything. Close the gaps. Don't let them make those passes. As soon as they try and clear it to a teammate, get in the way, get between the two, kind of monk in the middle style. Don't let them get those touches, because once you let them keep control of the play, Dem Girlz is going to make you pay, and they're going to make you pay bad. We saw some really great highlight plays come out of X, and I expect the same stuff out of Dem Girlz today. A lot of really nice passing plays, redirects, just stuff that catches everyone off guard on defense and offense.
So we've talked about how a lot really a playmaker on Ka-Pow. We've talked about Sniper Kid being a very, very strong midfield shooter, being someone up on offense. Where does Turbo Pulsa fit into this Ka-Pow mix?
It's hard to say. I mean, last week he was more of a jack of all trades. He kind of filled in when he needed to. The play I was really impressed with last week was a play from a lot to the corner, really fast across the net, and Sniper read it really well. So Sniper seems to, at least for that series, was a bit more of their shooter. They have certain games where they switch off. They're not as, some teams kind of have players that are in more solid areas. I think Ka-Pow, they tend to rotate a little bit more for what they need. But we all know Sniper's a really good shooter. And we know a lot's a really good setup. And Turbo just kind of fills in. He'll kind of sit back, be the third shooter. Sometimes he'll come up. and be like the first shooter. It's you know, they are a little more moldy. They kind of do whatever they want.
For sure.
I don't mean moldy as in like the gross sense.
They can fit into a mold. They're malleable.
Yeah.
Is maybe a better word than moldy. But on the other side of the field, we have Dem Girlz, and they've been playing with subs a lot this past week. They've been playing with different people and stuff, and so Maestro finally coming back into this. We'll see how he fits into this mold as we get into game number 1 here on DFH. We will have a lot. Turbo Pulsa and Sniper Kid in the orange with Dem Girlz in the blue. Who are we going to jump on board with first?
We're starting with Remco. I definitely want everyone to see what Dem Girlz can do, especially so quickly. And I do want to make a comment. They came in first seed with a sub last weekend, which is just, that's just unheard of.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. Dem Girlz here in the first game of the RLCS finals for EU. We'll see what they are able to do. They are on the offense right now. Here comes Maestro setting the shot up. Here's Greasy Meister with the follow-up. Is going to go into the corner, but a lot able to get onto that one, put it off and away. Still threatening, though. Sniper going to clear it into the corner to a lot. He was trying to pass that up, see if they can get this out of their own zone. Now Maestro going to take a shot to Roo. He just dropped the Pulsa off the end of his name, and he's going to be able to clear that one out and away.
Look at this. We're already seeing all these backboard touches.
There they goes Sniper getting it out of the corner. Oh, they got it out and away. No, Remco going to follow it up, put it off the backboard. Here's Maestro with another shot. A lot. Great defense coming out from Ka-Pow, but just not going to be enough. They're going to have a little too late. Greasy Meister able to score first.
This pressure's insane. This is exactly what I'm talking about. All these backboard touches. They get up so fast with the ball. Dem Girlz is just known for how fast they get up for aerials. They touch it off the backboard. That was like 6 times in a row. They kept hitting off the backboard, and they didn't miss a single shot. And eventually, the pressure was just too much for Ka-Pow to handle.
We talked about during the pregame, Ka-Pow has to be able to transition out. If they let Dem Girlz build this overwhelming offense, they're never going to be able to win this one. So let's hope that they can keep this ball over on the blue half. They've got it out to midfield right now, but Remco able to pick it up, put it back into the corner, leave it for Maestro, who's going to take a shot on net a lot. Great positioning, able to clear that one out. Sniper Kid now back in net for Ka-Pow. Drew trying to carry this one over, get the first offensive going for Ka-Pow. They take kind of a slow roller of a shot. Remco able to clear that one out. Sniper Kid came up in the backfield very early. I believe Greasy Meister has an open goal right now. No one there. Maestro keeping that one up. A great bump from Turbo Pulsa, going to keep that one from materializing into another goal for Dem Girlz. But my goodness, this offense is just overwhelming.
This is what Dem Girlz does, and they rotate back so quickly on defense. Look what happens when Ka-Pow doesn't actually get it back quick enough. Look at how fast that Dem Girlz is already ready to counterattack. There's already somebody in net, already somebody in the corner. Ka-Pow needs to turn the defense into offense much quicker if they're going to make an opportunity.
Maestro carrying this one up into the corner, getting it over Turbo Pulsa a lot, and Sniper back on defense as Turbo tries to clear this one out of his own half. Can't quite get it away. Sniper's going to have to make a block, put it into the corner, give a lot time to get set up in goal. Now a lot needs to make a shot. Oh, but the angle from Greasy Meister. I don't think a lot thought it was going in, but it was.
I don't know if Greasy even knew that was going in. I think it looked like he was going for the center. He might have tried to get the angle on it. That is one of the tightest angles you can get from that corner. So impressive, so close, but it doesn't matter. He had a player coming up for that anyways. Even if that bounced off the post, there would have been somebody to sink that in. And this is to see this aggression coming out so early in game 1 isn't something we generally see, but these guys are fighting for it. They want to be in those finals.
3:08 left to go. Dem Girlz with a 2-0 lead. We see Ka-Pow with the ball over in Dem Girlz half, but it immediately gets cleared out again. Meister going to clear that one to the other side of Ka-Pow's territory. Greasy Meister going to keep the pressure up. Sniper and Turbo back on defense. Sniper passes up to midfield. Nice touch by a lot, keeping the ball hanging there, but Remco coming up in the backfield has a shot on net. Be cleared out by Turbo Pulsa. Great saves coming out from Ka-Pow right now.
Ka-Pow a little unconfident. We just saw a cool 1-2 touch out of their half, and then they just kind of left it up in the air and let some of Dem Girlz shoot. But it was a good play. If one of their teams had actually read that and followed through, it would have been nice.
Yeah, they need to be applying a little bit more pressure on offense. There's another shot on the net. Turbo and Sniper getting tangled up. Remco has the easy redirect into the goal, and they're going to go up by 3.
A little bit of defensive clustering. This is what the pressure does. When you have too much pressure on you after coming out of a demo, Tururu went for it. He actually hit it right into Sniper, who had just come back from a demo. The demos can be so pivotal, and right now, Dem Girlz are just controlling this game.
Absolutely showing why they are #1 in EU, trying to get into that finals and take the #1 spot. Officially, there's Greasy Meister with another shot, a lot able to clear it out and away. The Dem Girlz offense is just incredible right now.
They are ruthless. They don't care right now.
Oh, there's a re-angle from a lot in the corner. What a shot!
A lot reading that, keeping them in the game, only down by 2 now. Sniper put that up. A lot reading it, trying to.
Oh my goodness.
really showing control of his car. He made sure to use the nose of his car to get more power on it. If he didn't flip his car right, it probably would have been a little too weak. No one from Weedham Girlz was prepared for that angle.
The counterplay from Ka-Pow, sniper to a lot, keeping them in this game. 2:15 left to go, plenty of time to come back from a two-point deficit. A lot keeping the pressure up. This is good pressure, my goodness, winning all the 1v1s. Not quite able to get around Remco. The ball's still in Weedham Girlz' corner. Greasy Meister to try and get it around, but Sniper Kid pushing this one up. Good pressure coming out from Ka-Pow. Nice setup from Turbo Pulsa. Remco reads it off the wall well, though. Able to push that back out. Now Greasy Meister has a run back into Ka-Pow territory.
Now we're seeing Ka-Pow really start to show what they can do on offense. Once you see them get control, they can actually do something with it. They're putting Weedham Girlz on their back toes. They're making them rotate quick on defense. Look at this touch by a lot. He almost popped that over, forced the goalie out of net. If they can keep this pressure up, they might actually be able to sink a goal.
Yep, they're forcing Weedham Girlz to make defensive rotations, which is what you have to do. That's when you can make the defense make mistakes. But right now, Weedham Girlz back up on the offense, trying to increase this lead. 1:30 left to go. Still 3-1 in favor of Weedham Girlz. A little bit more back and forth. Ka-Pow's finding their groove. They're putting it off the backboard, and there's a nice touch from Remco to send it off to the wall. Below that offensive moment, Turbo Pulsa going to go up on the wall as well and push this back to midfield. A little bit of ping pong happening at midfield right now, but this is a much stronger Ka-Pow than we saw in the first half.
You see Ka-Pow's waiting on those back walls now because they know what Weedham Girlz will do if they let that touch that backboard. They will put it on target. So they're starting to prevent it now. They're starting to mold. They're starting to play against Weedham Girlz instead of just another Rocket League team, and this is exactly what I was hoping to see, and this is perfect for them.
Final minute of gameplay. Ka-Pow still needs 2. Maestro picking up ball control at midfield, going to win the mind games with a lot. Can't get it around Turbo Pulsa though. Now Sniper going to win the 1v2 at midfield. Leave it for Turbo Pulsa, but Remco coming up from the backfield takes a shot on the net, and there goes number 4.
This accuracy from midfield, they make it look so easy, but it's really not that hard. You have to see how fast Remco came in for this. He was going like nearly supersonic speed. He was coming in really quick. He put it as far to the left as he could because he knew that everyone from Ka-Pow was grouped on the right-hand side. They make it look so easy, but that right there was actually a really skilled shot.
4-1, 45 seconds left. Quite the comeback Ka-Pow needs to try and take game 1 here. Turbo Pulsa hanging back in goals. Greasy Meister takes a shot. He's going to be able to clear it out well. Great clear from Turbo Pulsa, putting it all the way to Weedham Girlz' corner. He's going to take a shot. It goes just wide, but Sniper Kid with a follow-up, and he's going to get into point number 2.
I've said it before, and it's perfect. Some of the best centers are just barely missed shots. Turbo Pulsa went to go put the shot on. It looks like Remco kind of froze, thinking it might have been a net. He didn't go up. No one contested it off that backboard. Sniper giving Weedham Girlz a little bit of a taste of their own medicine.
32 seconds left. That is enough time to score 2 to force overtime. Ka-Pow could make game 1 very interesting here in the final 30 seconds. A lot trying to clear that one out. What a clear from a lot. I'm impressed he was able to get that one away. It looked like it was going in. He's going to try and set this one up for Sniper, but Remco interferes, keeps it in the Ka-Pow corner. Now Turbo Pulsa with ball control, getting it over a lot's head. Just got to get it past Greasy Meister. Keeps the bully. It's up in the corner. You can just keep this attention on him. Not going to be able to get it there, though. A lot able to put it back into the corner. Good offense coming out from Ka-Pow. Here's a setup. Can a lot get there? No. Maestro able to clear it into the corner. Final countdown. We'll see if they can get it in. Not happening. And as the clock hits 1 second, it's not possible to score 2. Ball's going to hit the ground. That's game 1 to Weedham Girlz.
Well, that game looked like it might have been really heavy in the Weedham Girlz side. Ka-Pow came out strong in a lot of parts of that. And towards the end, they really started to go toe-to-toe with Weedham Girlz. They put some shots on, some goals on. They actually had control for a good portion of that. So I think they've got a pretty solid shot at this.
We've been talking about how good these teams are for the entirety of the RLCS, and it seems that they have waited for the finals to heat up. We had incredible numbers of shots yesterday. 15 shots coming out from Weedham Girlz again in this match. That is an incredible offensive showing.
It's insane. And you have to remember what these guys are fighting for. I mean, whoever wins this goes into the finals. And the finals means you don't have to deal with Qualifier 2. You're right into the group stages. So they're fighting for a lot right now. Not only do they get money if they make it to the finals, but they also get more points, which is a better chance of making it to the LAN after Qualifier 2. So, I mean, both these teams don't want to lose. And, you know, it's one of those situations when you're going against a powerhouse like Weedham Girlz, for Ka-Pow to kind of keep their heads and still come out pretty strong in the second half, it shows a lot to their character.
Absolutely. We'll see if they're able to take it to them in game number 2. There's still quite a number of games left for us to play here, and they're not just getting through Qualifier. They're not just getting through that. They win money if you make it into the finals. They automatically qualify for money. First and second place taking cash here today. So this is a big series for Ka-Pow. We'll see if they are able to bounce back here in game number 2. Who are we going to jump on board with next?
We're going to start off with Sniper. Sniper's had some pretty good midfield shots. He's an accurate player. He has good presence on the field. But they have to be careful how quickly Weedham Girlz can get into position. They almost had a crazy kickoff passing play right towards the end of that last game.
Ka-Pow winning the first offensive, but a great clear from Dem Girlz, sending it back into Ka-Pow territory. Now Sniper Kid with ball control passes to Turbo Pulse, so they get kind of a pinch pass, setting up to a lot. Oh, but he misses, and Maestro's able to pick that one up, send it back into the corner. We have Dem Girlz in a strong offense right now. Turbo Pulse is playing the mind games, trying to get it around all the Dem Girlz players. Is going to go off the backboard. Here's a lot, but Maestro able to get up, very clutch, put it into the corner. Block a lot shot.
If Maestro had let that bounce off, that hands down would have been in net. That was a good read by him, getting up there quick enough. You can't let it touch that backboard. Once you do, you're pretty much just signing your own your own death certificate, because you know they're going to be able to put a shot on target.
Sniper putting it into the corner. It's going to go off the backboard and come in front of the box. Sniper Kid with a follow-up and 2 whiffs, but it goes just onto the post. No one going to be able to put that one in. So close there, and kind of unfortunate for Ka-Pow. A lot going to make it cross again, but no one there to dunk it away.
I don't think anyone thought that was actually going to make it past the entire Dem Girlz defense. But you see what happens when they put pressure on Dem Girlz.
Oh, this aerial passing from Greasy Icer and Maestro, but great stuff from a lot, keeping that one out of goal.
Turning defense to offense so well, so Dem Girlz is strong at. But you see what happens when Ka-Pow puts pressure on them. They're not able to do it as frequently. They have to do it quicker. They're forced to do it in situations they're not comfortable with. We haven't seen as many backboard shots now that Ka-Pow's actually trying to keep it in the Dem Girlz half.
We've seen Dem Girlz grouped up a little bit more, and that's given Ka-Pow the space they need to convert to offense. We'll see if they're able to convert this into points. 3:30 left to go in the game, and still scoreless on either side of the ball. Maestro shooting at goal. Turbo and a lot kind of tangled up in the Ka-Pow goal. That's not a good setup. There's a nice shot off the backboard. Maestro gets it onto target. Oh, and Remco plays the mind game and is able to weasel it in.
All 3 of these touches. I want to give credit to these first passes. Greasy gets up for this so quick. Maestro, look at how fast he gets up. He knows he didn't even have the shot particularly. He didn't have the power, but all he had to do is beat a Ka-Pow player to that. Force them not to be able to do it, force them not to be able to make the clear, and then the third player is actually to be able to come in and put that on target.
Game number 2, Dem Girlz strikes first again, but Ka-Pow has been able to maintain more offense in this first half. We'll see if they're able to convert it into points. Sniper picking up ball control, going to try and push this one out. Winning a couple 1v1s, but ball still in Ka-Pow territory. A lot comes out of goal very early before Turbo or Sniper is able to rotate, but Turbo able to pick up ball control, tries to take it away from Dem Girlz. And now we have Sniper pushing onto offense. Greasy Meister going to read that whiff okay and push it over. Turbo pulls it with a shot going off the backboard. Is anyone here to follow up? There's a lot going to put it off the backboard again. Turbo pulls it up for the 3rd touch. It's still on the backboard. There's Sniper with the follow-up. Oh, it's sitting in goal. Can anyone get there? There's a lot to put it in and tie it up.
So close. There's so many shots. They're actually doing exactly what Dem Girlz does best. Tururu puts it off the top post. Sniper goes for the shot on net just a little bit too much, but thank for everything that a lot stayed in the half. You can tell he wanted to rotate back. He might not have a whole lot of boost. He got up quick, tried to beat all the defenders, and he did.
They realize that offense is what they are missing right now, so they're keeping that pressure up, leaving no man back on defense, which could hurt them, and that would not be good if they were going to be able to get the counterplay there. But the game is now tied up right here at halftime. Well done by Ka-Pow. We'll see if they are able to push this back out. They're trying to push it up. A lot has a run. If you can just get it past Greasy Meister, who makes it cross to the other side of the field. Here comes Sniper Kid and put it off the backboard. Here's that pressure again, but Remco with good interference able to put it into the corner.
That's exactly what they have to do, prevent it from going off that backboard. Both teams are doing it pretty well, but the few times they haven't, we've seen a goal probably go in. So it's that preventative defensive maneuvers you need to do, but at the same time, being on that back wall can be a risk, especially if you miss and your team's waiting on you to get it.
4 players currently in this blue corner, all kind of balled up around the ball. Remco going to put it on the backboard a lot, clearing it down in front of the goal. Sniper going to pick up ball control and push it out. Now Greasy Meister in a drag race with Sniper to get to the ball. The ball is in the blue corner, and there's Sniper going to make it cross. Maestro running the defense. There's the interference. It's crossing in front of the box, but no one there to dunk it away. Sniper continued to keep this pressure up. Great pressure coming out from Ka-Pow. Maestro putting it back into the corner. Now Tuharu in goal for Dem Girlz. Maestro going to send that one on target. Sniper Kid with the kind of very interesting ballet move to block that one, keep it out of his own goal. Some very interesting plays on both sides. Just everyone going for the counterplay at the moment.
Both teams are getting slightly flustered with each other because they're both putting on pressure really well, and it's continued pressure. It's not just one shot. It's not just 2 shots. We're seeing like 5 or 6 near shot attempts coming out of every single aggressive play for both of these teams,
right.
And that's why this game is tied right now. They're both doing a great job of putting each other on pressure.
Turbo pulls with an opportunity. Greasy Meister clearing it off the back wall up to midfield. Now Sniper Kid picking up ball control, putting it back into the corner. Final minute of gameplay encroaching, and we still are tied up. The ball set up at midfield. Turbo pulls will pass him back up to a lot, who's going to make a cross in front of the box, but Greasy Meister putting it back into the corner. You saw Turbo Pulse coming in for the shot. That was a critical clear from Greasy.
I wanted him to score, and I think we all know why.
Yeah.
But you see Ka-Pow's doing what I said they needed to do. They're actually interrupting all the Dem Girlz passes, which is stopping them from converting it from defense to offense. And they're able to keep it in the Dem Girlz half. And they're actually like reading Dem Girlz a lot better than I expected.
30 seconds left, still tie game. Turbo Pulse is going to take a shot that's going to go just high. Sniper with a follow-up, but Remco is able to interfere, keep that one from crossing. Now 30 seconds left. Greasy Meister off the back wall, going to send that one out to midfield. Turbo Pulse with the shot, and he's going to take the lead.
He brought it in 30 seconds, barely making it there for the last. This is exactly what they need to do, tie the series up. He ended up reading that. That was not a good clear at all, coming from, I believe that was Greasy that touched it off the backboard. He needed to make sure that was harder or to the corner. Just hitting off the backboard doesn't stop it at all. And Turururu coming in clutch, reading it well, putting them in lead just when they need it.
23 seconds left. And Dem Girlz is down by 1. Nope, it's all tied up at 19.
Oh, so close, but Dem Girlz does so well under pressure. I've seen them come back so quickly. Maestro getting the second touch off that back wall. Greasy knowing exactly where he's going to be, placing it too high for the defender. Again, kickoff teams just aren't prepared for stuff like that.
Man, what an even game we have here. Ka-Pow finally taking a lead. Well done, but Dem Girlz responds immediately, tying it back up. Turbo Pulse needs to get a critical clear into the corner. Well done. The follow-up from Maestro was on target, but a lot was toe-to-toe with him. Kept him out of that one. Final countdown happening. Sniper going to send that one all the way up midfield. It's just wide. Greasy Meister going to keep it in the corner. See if Turbo Pulse can set this up for the buzzer-beater goal. It's crossed in front of the box, but no one there. That was such a close shot from Turbo Pulse, but not quite there. We're in overtime.
Usually teams at that point probably wanted to go to overtime so they get a little bit of a reset. And I'm surprised Dem Girlz even let a shot get that close. That rattled off the side post. That was so close.
So close right now. Overtime in game number 2 of the first series, the semifinals of the RLCS for EU. Send that ball up to midfield, a lot back on defense. Sniper's going to put it into the corner, kind of blow his own rotation, but right now there's been no response from Dem Girlz. Ball going to be crossed in front of the box. 2 players from Dem Girlz up behind the ball. Turbo Postal passes to Sniper, who puts it into Dem Girlz territory. They're going to try and create the offensive. Maestro back on defense, able to clear it back into Ka-Pow. Now a lot with a shot on net. Greasy Meister in goal, able to clear that one, but it's still just loft. It's still just sitting in front of the box. Now the ball going to be in midfield. Maestro with an open net shot. That's going to be game 2 going to Dem Girlz.
Down to a defensive mistake. They didn't rotate back quick enough. They got a little antsy. They know they had the pressure on Tururu. Didn't get the touch he wanted. Sniper tried to read it, but I think it went a little bit too far left. He tried to stay back. He probably would have been better off maybe going back towards net because Maestro's shot wasn't going to be that fast. That wasn't exactly the fastest shot I've ever seen, but it was definitely just enough to put it on target.
They cut Dem Girlz down from 15 shots to 8, having the amount of offense that Dem Girlz was able to have. So really, really well done by this Ka-Pow squad. Bring it back and to make a series out of it. Really take it to Dem Girlz and actually hold the lead for a period of time.
They were in the lead with 30 seconds left, and Dem Girlz stayed well under pressure. They came so hard off the kickoff. Those guys can position themselves so quickly and under an insane amount of pressure, and that's actually what I really like to watch, and I want people to keep an eye out for that. Notice what they can do off kickoffs. They're already like spreading out, getting ready for passes. You see a guy kind of cheating up. Somebody's kind of dropping back just to make sure in case a pinch goes wild off a kickoff. And they're just immediately passing each other so quickly, which on kickoff, most teams are pretty flustered.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 goal, 2 assists, 2 saves, and 3 shots from Maestro. That man coming up very, very strong right now for Dem Girlz.
He's all over the field. It doesn't matter. Defense, offense, midfield, support role. There's not much that guy can't do. And we saw the backboard shots becoming prominent now on both teams. Both Ka-Pow and Dem Girlz using that as a tool to try and confuse the defense and get these shots on target.
It's the strongest meta in the game right now, and we have a clinic on it in this series right here. Game number 3 going to move on to Urban Central. Dem Girlz has taken the first 2 games. What's Ka-Pow got to do here in game number 3?
Ka-Pow just have to keep doing what they're doing and just not let up. Be confident. They've got the skill to put Dem Girlz in a defensive position and just make sure they put them on target. If they can keep that up, I mean, they brought that game almost home. They almost brought that game home in the last 30 seconds.
Oh, kind of a pinch goal from the corner. Maestro's going to put up Dem Girlz first.
Right off kickoff, it's been 10 seconds. Again, that pressure. Greasy went to go meet. The 50-50 didn't exactly go completely in favor, and Maestro was able to put it over the last defender. Maestro can put that ball on target from anywhere in the field. Always got to be prepared. No matter how far in the corner, no matter how deep in the middle, he's going to put it on target.
4:49 left to play. Like you said, just the first 11 seconds, and Dem Girlz was able to score in game number 3. A lot back on defense. Going to try and clear this one out. Maestro dunking over a lot again. Now Greasy Meister trying to push that one in. Does not get quite the angle he was looking for. Remco back on defense. Pushed the ball up into the air, giving his teammates time to rotate back. Now the ball just sitting in midfield as everybody whiffs around it. Turbo Pulse is going to pick that one up. They're going to let Ka-Pow kind of create some offensive pressure here, but Greasy Meister on the wall going to try and push this one out before it even touches the ground. Now Turbo Pulse pushing that one to the goal. Not the touch he was looking for. Sniper hanging back on defense. Able to take a nice long-range shot. Greasy and Remco both up on the back wall, but Greasy Meister able to clear it away.
The defensive clear placements is actually playing a pretty big role in this. You'll notice when they actually place it to where there is no opponent, then they have a little bit more time to bring up on offense. But a lot of times these counter clears that are happening, like right now Ka-Pow's got the offensive pressure, is because Dem Girlz put it at a Ka-Pow player and they gave them control of the ball.
Now, they're not passing to each other as much. They're just kind of hard clearing it out of the way, which does usually give the other team ball control. Greasy Meister and Meister trying to push up here. Remco, last line of defense, is just going to put it back out and away, give his teammates time to respawn and form a new defensive positioning here. Greasy Meister taking a shot off the backboard. You know Remco's following this one up, but Sniper able to clear it away before Remco gets there. Now Meister taking another shot off the backboard. Here comes the follow-up, and Greasy Meister dunks it through.
I really wanted to hope he made that up the side, but he wasn't actually able to get there in time. Not enough boost, not enough speed. Maestro touching that over the side, right above the net. A lot just couldn't get there in time. Greasy, like this, they get there so fast. They don't let even and a lot thought he had the time. He probably could have jumped up a little earlier.
Right.
It is a tough read though, because when it's coming so far from left to right, you're having to read an extra dimension. You're having to. It's not just like how far it's coming off the wall and where it's going to be height-wise, but it's like flying from left to right, and it is very hard to predict as a defender.
3:26 left to play. Dem Girlz up by 2. The ball in Ka-Pow territory with no Dem Girlz players challenging right now. Greasy Meister going to try and push this one out. Turbo Pulsa plays it off the wall well, but neither of his teammates have followed up with that one. Now a lot. Going to pass up to Turbo Pulsa. Good team passing coming out from Ka-Pow. Going to push over into Dem Girlz territory. Gets a pass one, puts it into Dem Girlz corner. And a lot's going to cross it in front of the goal, but Remco is going to be able to clear that one out.
Mental endurance is going to play a high role when going against a team like Dem Girlz with all the pressure they put on. We saw Ka-Pow had a lot of pressure game 1 and game 2, but this game they've been a little bit sluggish. They're a little bit.
Oh no! A lot bumped Turbo Pulsa out of goal, completely blowing that moment.
Putting them 3 up. This defensive mistake was probably like a lot tried to clear it off, and then he decided to also clear Taruru at the same time. But not exactly the best defensive maneuver to pull off, but at the same time, you can see that Ka-Pow's getting slower. You can see that they're getting sluggish. And this is what happens. Ka-Pow just kind of like mentally tears down teams. Or sorry, not Ka-Pow. Dem Girlz. They just mentally tear you down. They put you on, like, you have to just think so quickly and so highly. And if you can't keep that up for all of the games in a series, they're going to start to kind of spread
Turbo pulls it with a shot on net. Oh! What a save from Remco, keeping that out. Lock to keep the pressure up, though. Putting it back down into the box is going to be moving. Oh, but Remco able to clear it out and away. Turbo Pulsa still holding control of the ball, trying to keep the pressure up and going, but they're not going to be able to do it. Dem Girlz converting. Man, that was such a close moment for Ka-Pow, but Dem Girlz is able to push it back out. There's a shot from Remco. Turbo Pulsa with a save, but he doesn't get it cleared. A lot does it for him, putting it back into the corner. They're trying to just push this out of their own half. We're past halftime. They have yet to score.
They need to. I mean, 3 goals against Dem Girlz is not easy, but we've seen them pull it off. We've seen them put the pressure on, and they just need to keep it up. Again, like, I feel like they're getting a little sluggish. They have their moments in this game where all of a sudden they shine. We just saw a really good aggressive attack. They almost put one in. That ball was like 80% in net, and I think Remco just barely got around it. But they just need to keep these shots up.
Here comes Turbo Pulsa with a shot. He's able to put it in. Well done.
Taruru bringing it to only a 2-point game. Reading this well. Looks like no one rotated back quick enough on Dem Girlz. Someone should have been coming from net right there to push that out, and they were not. Taruru with the cereal box Batmobile, flattening that out, paddling that into the net.
Yeah, I'm surprised Greasy Meister didn't challenge that one, giving Taruru the first goal for Ka-Pow here in game number 3. See if they're able to pull off 2 more and tie it up. 1:45 left to go. There was a lot with a shot. He wasn't able to get it there. He's going to pop it up for a teammate. Hopefully Sniper comes up from the back. He does. He puts it into the corner. Now Taruru, last man on the rotation, keeping the pressure up. A lot going to put it out. Now to Taruru again. He tries to take the shot, but Maestro with some great midfield interference keeping that one out.
Both these teams have crazy counterattacking, and I hope everyone can kind of see the way they're positioning to do so. They're not grouping up. They're not staying all behind the ball. They're letting somebody chase up. Right here, you see Taruru following up. He gets there just before Dem Girlz player. If they can get a third touch on this.
Takes a shot. Oh, it just goes so high.
And these counterattacks are what both teams are doing pretty well. Dem Girlz are just doing it a little more frequently.
Oh, there's a lot coming up from the back. Man, this has been some really strong setups coming up from Ka-Pow, but their final third coming in to dunk it away has been just a little slow. Sniper Kid could be able to put that one away. That was a close one, but well done by Sniper Kid, keeping the lead from increasing. 1 minute remaining, still down by 2. This is enough time to work with, but they have to work quickly if they want to be able to push this into overtime a lot with a run. He gets it past all the players. Remco, last man back on defense, and he's very loose, but a lot did not follow it up. Why not?
Maybe they didn't have enough boost. I mean, a lot of times you'll see what happens is when you're in an opponent's half.
Oh, so close there.
What a good contest. When you're in an opponent's half, you're generally going to take their boost on your way out. You're going to take those big corner boosts to kind of put them they won't be able to counterattack as well because they can't catch up to the ball. They can't speed up. And a lot of times when you see a team not follow up, that's generally the case of why.
Tururu to Sniper, putting it into Dem Girlz' corner. 20 seconds left. They need to score now if they want to have time to create an equalizer. A lot keeping that pressure up. Greasy and Maestro kind of loose back in goal, but you see Ka-Pow kind of backing off on the offense. Send that one to midfield, but now Dem Girlz with ball control again. Final countdown. They need 2. This is quite a lead from Dem Girlz. They're trying to just keep the ball out of their own net. Final countdown happens. There's the final second. That's game 3 for Dem Girlz.
They're starting to make the spreads a little bigger. I mean, it wasn't by much. It was only 1 more goal. But you can tell that it's kind of breaking Ka-Pow right now, just a little bit. They were a little slower that game. They really had a tough time gathering things up, but they still had a couple of really good offensive opportunities where they got 3 or 4 shots on. I mean, Tururu still put a really nice shot on net. It's just a matter of making sure you do that consistently while dealing with Dem Girlz, which just can't be fun.
No, Dem Girlz has built some sincere momentum in this series. They are up 3-0 in the series, which means that Dem Girlz is on match point. Next game, they take it 4-0.
If Dem Girlz wins this next game, they are in the finals, which means they do not have to qualify. In Qualifier 2, they go straight to the group stages. They are automatically up for winning cash, and they're in the finals.
Yeah, and they have constructed an insurmountable wall, it seems, for Ka-Pow. They have to win 4 straight if they want to, in any way, make it to the finals.
It is not. We've seen close things, but we talked about it a little earlier. A lot of times when teams are put under pressure like this, it's kind of like a diamond in the rough, right? That's when all of a sudden they start to really shine. They know they've got nothing to lose.
Yes.
Right now, Ka-Pow has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Well, they have this next game to lose. But if it's like at this point, why not?
Let's go for it.
Let's just do everything.
Just play your heart out.
Yeah.
It's the biggest game of their lives at this point. We will see if Ka-Pow is able to move forward with this. This is their stadium pick, Utopia, one of my favorite stadiums. I love it's just such a pretty place. I feel like I would love to stay here.
Just makes me feel so nice.
Yeah, right? The weather's so nice and crisp. Game number 4, Dem Girlz up 3-0 in the series. This game is for all the marbles at the moment. Ka-Pow needs it just to stay alive, and then they got to do it 3 more times. Quite the comeback. It would be the story of the hour if they could pull this off. Turbo Pulse is setting that one up to midfield. Neither teammate following it up, so Maestro able to clear it back down into Ka-Pow's half. Turbo Pulse clearing it off to the side again. And this has been some good offense from Dem Girlz, but just no real counter pressure from Ka-Pow just yet.
A lot of times, some of these simple touches and simple passes, people are like, oh, that's not that great. But you have to remember who they're going against.
Yes.
Both these guys are going against the top 4 teams right now in Europe. So even the smallest, easiest things, they make it look so easy, but it's not easy to do against somebody that's pressuring you like this.
Yeah, no, and it's props to the sportsmanship on Dem Girlz for giving, oh my goodness, Tururu putting it over 2 defenders.
Tururu, they were not prepared for this. Off the ceiling. Look at him. He's cheating up in the net underneath the ball. It comes right to the ceiling. Remco had no clue he was sneaking up underneath that. He puts it to the top of the net. Tururu. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, there were 2 defenders back, and I was like, they got this. And Turbo Pulse is like, no, man, I have this. 1-0 in favor of Ka-Pow. I think this is the first time they've held the lead off of kickoff. We'll see if they're able to continue this in game number 4. 4:07 left to play. Sniper playing the Spider-Man save, putting that one off to the corner. Turbo Pulse is setting that one up. Now Sniper going to try and follow this and see if he can get it past Remco. Remco's defense standing up strong, keeping the ball in Ka-Pow's half, and a good clear from a lot. Now Sniper keeping it on the back wall. Greasy Meister going to wrap it around the corner and push it back out. Gets it past Turbo Pulse, so he's got an open goal. If he can just touch this a lot with good interference, keeping it out of goal.
A lot making it just in time. He showed quick rotations, but it's not the kind of positions you want to put yourself in on Dem Girlz. They can put fast shots in from anywhere. So if Ka-Pow keeps putting themselves in that position, it's not going to be pretty.
Sniper able to get that one over Dem Girlz players, keep that ball in Dem Girlz half, but now Maestro able to follow it up, push it back into Ka-Pow territory. Remco with a shot on net, Maestro with the goalie zone, but a lot still able to keep it out. Greasy Meister with a follow-up though, and there's the tie game.
These rotations, and this is what I mean by map awareness. You're going to see Remco put it up. Greasy was about to rotate out, and he came back in instead. He knew that he was last man, but he saw the opportunity. He noticed there was no one on defense for the hard clear, so there was a very small chance that Ka-Pow was going to put that on target from a long shot. He saw it, and he took it.
3:22 left to go, and it's a tie game here in game number 4. Greasy Meister coming up strong and fast and taking the lead.
Again, off of kickoff, they positioned themselves so well. And again, with the backboard follow-ups, they don't miss these. Greasy using the side of his car. Didn't matter at that point. He was going to use whatever it took to put that on target. and no one from Ka-Pow stayed in net long enough to be able to defend that shot.
We've talked about that in the RLCS all the time. Hang in net on kickoffs and watch what happens. Like that point, that goal could have been avoided if they had just hung back a little bit more. Now we see Maestro with another opportunity. A lot running, great interference, but Greasy Meister again with the hat trick.
The accidental backflip working out for him. He actually backflips here, which kind of ended up helping him dunk that clear. Sniper couldn't get in the way. Maestro nicely dribbling it around the final defender, and Greasy supporting his buddy, making sure that goes in. And right now, they're just really starting to tear this lead apart.
That was like a hat trick in like 30 seconds or something. That was incredible.
Is it a hat trick already?
Meister. Yeah, all three have been Greasy Meister. So well done. Just following up, being that man who's going to put it away every time. 3 minutes left to go, and we have Dem Girlz up by 2. Ka-Pow was showing some strength early on, but Dem Girlz has turned on the heat. Sniper passing to Turbo Pulsa again, but the ball's not going to get through the Dem Girlz defense there to be able to convert back onto offense. This is scary for Ka-Pow. We've seen Dem Girlz here so much. They really need to be able to transition this one out. A lot going to pick it up, put it up onto the wall. Greasy Meister follows it well, though, and puts it onto the backboard. Now Maestro trying to run the interference, keeping the ball up in Ka-Pow's corner, and now there's an opportunity. Sniper has a breakaway if he can just get it around, but I think he was a little bit low on boost. He's not going to be able to take the shot. He's going to try and set up for a teammate. There's going to cross in front of the box, but Maestro, great touch, putting it across the box. There's in front of the net. There's a lot with a shot, and he's going to tie it. He's not tying it up. Crest the lead just down to 1.
Well, I mean, according to Leaf, this is tied up.
No, this is tied at 3-2.
According to Leaf, we're tied at 3-2 right now. But they weren't able to rotate back quick enough, and it looked like Ka-Pow actually just kind of put the pressure on pretty quickly. They weren't. Dem Girlz wasn't prepared for it. But I do want to mention, I spoke to Greasy a little bit about what they feel like they lack, and surprisingly, Dem Girlz can lack on confidence, which doesn't make any sense to me because these guys are literally insane. But you can tell when they're in the lead, they start getting more comfortable. They start coming out of the net a little bit more. They start putting on that classic Dem Girlz pressure. But it pays. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, and they let certain goals in.
Oh, Maestro trying to put that one in a lot with great interference. A lot has been so strong in goal all series, keeping so many shots out of his own net. But now Remco with a follow-up, trying to shoot that one in a lot again. The savior medal for a lot, coming up strong on defense. Such a great defensive player, but you don't want to let him have these shots. There's Greasy Meister with goal number 4.
From the angle, using the top of his car, he sees it. He's in the top left. He knows where he's got to put it, and this is the kind of stuff they make look so simple. He didn't just put it on target, but he put it away from all the defenders, across the whole net, from like this weird angle, almost along the back wall in the top left corner. They really are showing just how skilled they are at putting these balls exactly where they need to.
Greasy Meister is just incredible at the moment. Up on offense, such a force to be reckoned with. A lot going to cross that one over the other side. 1:43 left to go. 2 up by Dem Girlz. A lot going to try and push this one out, but he whiffs on that one, and Greasy Meister picks up ball control. Now to Maestro. Oh, sniper kick gets it over the top. Remco having to make a save there in front of the goal.
That was really close, but that's what they have to do. They have to take the shots that they see. And I do want to make a quick comment. You did mention the savior medal. Just so everybody knows, savior medal is when you've made 3 saves in a single game. And that's generally not very frequent. As frequent as it sounds, you generally don't make that many saves in a single game. So it's impressive for anyone to make that many.
Yeah, but it is, though it does communicate that you're playing a lot on defense. A lot's playing on defense. Yeah, he is. Anyways, we've seen Ka-Pow so much on their back heels. That's what's given them the opportunity to have those shots, and they don't want that to be the thing. They want to be up on offense. 1 minute remaining. They have to score 2. There's a shot off the backboard. If anyone can follow this up, Sniper does not interfere, and Greasy Meister takes a shot. Sniper's able to get it up and out of the way of the goal, but Greasy Meister's going to make it hang. Oh, and a lot coming from the other side, able to push it away. Very scary moment for Ka-Pow.
Greasy pushing that along the backboard, while it looked like it didn't do a whole lot, was actually like almost damning for the defense for Ka-Pow, because what that does is everyone's expecting it to drop. A defender starts to pre-jump for it. He wants to get that touch. All of a sudden, Greasy slows it down. He pins it against the wall. He's like, no, you're going to have to wait another half second for this to fall. But by then, the defender that's already jumped up is way off target. He's not going to make it there in time. But thankfully, Lot was able to come off the sidewall and push that away.
30 seconds, and Ka-Pow needs 2 goals just to continue this series. They have 18 seconds left on the clock. They've got to do it right now, or they will be moving into the 3rd place match. Dem Girlz will be on to the finals. All of the Ka-Pow players tangled up on top of each other in the corner. They have 8 seconds. They need to put this in right now, but great clear from Remco, putting that one off the wall. Final countdown, the ball's on net. Oh, Turbo Pulse keeping another nail out of the coffin, but this game is over. Dem Girlz takes the series 4-0. They're not even going to get the consolatory goal there at the end.
That is it. Dem Girlz makes it into the finals. They are putting, Ka-Pow into the 3rd place game, but that means that Dem Girlz no longer has to deal with Qualifier 2.
No, Dem Girlz, they get to skip the 15 billion team bracket and just go straight on to the group stages. I mean, they have been one of the strongest teams in the EU for so long. So yeah, just give them a free pass straight in. Well done by Dem Girlz.
More like well gamed.
Well, no, it's GG.
No.
Okay, yeah, Gibbs. James, what can you settle this for us, Scott? What did you guys think about this?
Well, it was a woodshed match is what it is. 4-0 in favor of We Dem Girlz, and it was all greasy. Scott Cole, Gibbs, James, We Dem Girlz.
Yeah, this is why last week when Ka-Pow played Mocket for that third spot, this is why it was so important. Because We Dem Girlz, they can play Rocket League.
Yeah, they were ferocious. I swear, Greasy must have been listening to the stream, and he said Remco? I'm going to change his mind right now. Greasy stepped up big time. He's out of the 14 goals that We Dem Girlz scored, Greasy had 9 of them. So he was a scoring machine, and he just put on a clinic.
Yeah, really only one close game. That was game 2 that went into overtime. Plenty of highlights in this one as We Dem Girlz moving on to the finals.
Yeah, We Dem Girlz, they opened up game 1 with just a great offensive pressure. This play here, they had like 5 scoring chances in one play.
Yeah, Greasy putting that one in yet again. But really the play of the game, in my opinion, was this shot from a lot. Out of his mind, in the corner, flipping backwards. I have never seen a shot that good from all the games that I have been casting so far. That was the best.
Yeah, but then of course the heartbreaker in game 2 where Maestro comes in and scores that overtimer right after Ka-Pow had the lead with 27 seconds left.
And again, just relentless pressure from We Dem Girlz. You see this one just getting right over the defense. Greasy again. That is something Ka-Pow was getting used to, just seeing Greasy Meister scores.
It's so scary because we say Remco is the best in the world. He didn't have to do anything this series because his teammates were like, no, don't worry about it. Like, we got it. Like, he played good defense, but he literally didn't have to do anything. Greasy and Maestro were on fire.
Yes, unbelievable.
I mean, what do you do when you have a player that's going off like Greasy was going off with 9 goals? Is there any way to stop that besides a demo?
So what I saw from Ka-Pow was they were not getting supportive defensive clears. Like, they would get that one save into the corner, but they never had someone following up to actually clear it out. So We Dem Girlz could keep that ball in the zone. And that's really just because of the pressure that We Dem Girlz had on them, where they just didn't have enough boost to actually come out for those plays.
And Carpet mentioned it a little bit, even on the one goal where Greasy pulled a U-turn to come back towards the net and score the goal. The awareness, the game sense that We Dem Girlz has, along with their mechanical skill, it makes them so hard to play against. They're so quick to the ball, and Remco just so natural in the air. He can get up on the defensive or offensive side of the ball, and Greasy off the backboard. I didn't even get to count how many of those shots were bounces off the backboard, which is a really hard shot to make. Yes. Those are the kinds that only the top level players can see because of the bounce off the wall. So hard to anticipate, but Greasy perfect at it.
So many games on those maps, so many bounces that they already know where it's going to be. Well, We Dem Girlz moves on to the finals. The question is, who will join them? Flip side will take on Mocket right after the break. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked on Twitch.